This is one of the hottest questions right now, not only on Discord, but also in my comment section, especially in my Trials 3 video. And a lot of you guys are actually asking me whether Ace is still better than Mr. Flimflam or Doflamingo, or it's the other way around. So that's the reason why we're gonna test it out, and that's also the reason why I have my Natsu here, just for us to check how many is the ticks for the burn damage, or probably just estimate it because it's really gonna be that hard. But anyway, let me just put my Natsu in this corner and let's try to count the burning damage. But the problem here, guys, is this is only wave number 1, so I think we can test that out later because the HP of these mobs are just really so low right now. We are not going to upgrade our Natsu here so that it's gonna be much easier for us to see how many ticks. But yeah, I think that as long as Natsu is still killing the mobs, we still cannot get a definite answer for that. And by the way, guys, who among you still do not have Ace? And I'm not sure if I actually already mentioned this, but you do not really need to die for Ace. Ace just became relevant because of the trial 3, but the thing is that who knows, maybe the next trial will also still be like mostly air units. So if it's gonna be like that, then most probably Ace will still be viable. But what I'm trying to say is that Ace is still gonna be like a single target unit, you know? Maybe on story mode he's still gonna be good, but on infinite mode, if that's your goal, Ace is not really a unit for you. Alright, wave number 5, and as you guys can see, the HP of these Iron Titan would be around 80, so I think that that should be enough for us to count it because Natsu's damage is only 10 anyway. And keep in mind, guys, that this is not gonna be 100% accurate because it's really hard. Unless it's gonna be a decelerate, maybe we can make sure that Natsu is only hitting the decelerate ones. But since Natsu is actually a priority AoE, like 360 full AoE, there's a chance that he would be able to hit the mob like twice. All right, and I think that the burn damage would actually reset if they would be hit again. All right, so let's just wait the Iron Titans to be on Natsu's range, and this is 82, by the way, guys. And let's try to see it. Okay, Aaron now is burning 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so that would be 60, 6 ticks of the burning damage. And I am guessing that it should be like 5. Maybe Natsu actually hit him like twice because Natsu is 360 AoE, so that is a very important factor that we need to know, guys. So 5 to 6 ticks, that is the answer for our question. 5 to 6 ticks when it comes to burning, and it's kind of like bleeding. I think that bleeding and burning has the same number of ticks. But anyway, guys, my Ace here is level 50, and I also tried my best to upgrade our Doflamingo to also level 50 so that we would have equal amount of levels for the two. And I think that that would be really perfect for us to be fair when it comes to judging who is actually a better unit. The reason why a lot of people are asking about these two units, especially after Doflamingo was out, is because, well, basically both of them are single target unit. Both of them can hit pretty quickly. Well, of course, Doflamingo is faster, but you know, like Ace has a burning damage. So we're gonna point out all of those positive and negative for each of those units. All right, we now have max out Bull Mama farm here, and oh my god, look at all of these mobs though. You know what? Let me max out our Fujitora just to make sure that all of these air units would not pass through, because I do not have my Mihawk right now because of Natsu, but this is not really gonna be like a serious wave. All right, so anyway, guys, this is my Doflamingo level 50. All right, let me just put him here, and as you guys can see, he's not really that cheap. All right, so 2,650, and his first upgrade will be 2,500, so that's already like 5k plus, 5150. And if ever my math is wrong, you already know what to do, by the way. All right, so 5150 plus 3000, that would cost you 8150 on his second upgrade. And for the last time, that will be 4,000, 12,150. You would be needing 12,150 for you to put a maxed out Doflamingo in a battlefield, which is really, really expensive. Well, not really as expensive as Mihawk, but still, you know, that is really insanely expensive. And anyway, guys, 12k and you will be getting 260.75 per 0.7 SPA, and his range will be 39, which is actually quite big. And I think that this is not really his best placement here. But oh my god. All right, but anyway, guys, let me just turn on my graphics for you to also see it if ever you still haven't for some reason. All right, so this is level 50, and let me just put my level 50 ace here. Earlier with Natsu, we just found out that the burning damage would be around times 5, actually to be safe, times 4 to times 5 burning damage. So I'm gonna put him to strongest as usual. Oh shoot, you know what, let me sell him. I forgot to count how much it would cost to max him out. All right, so 450 for you to summon him, and the second upgrade would be 300 to 700, 1350, that would be 2050, and 1800 for his last upgrade, less cheaper compared to Dofi. But anyway, guys, level 50 Ace would be damaging 238.4 per 2.5 seconds with a range of 31. Alright, so their range is not really that big of a difference. Well, of course, it's gonna be like 8 range bigger for Dofi, but keep in mind, guys, that whenever you are using Ace, we are setting his priority to strongest. So that means he's not only attacking one character or one unit, but actually most of them, because he is literally burning down. Right, so he's killing them by his burn effect. And if we will go back to our Natsu experiment earlier, 238.4 would be around 1,000 after all of the burning damage. What I'm trying to say here, guys, is even though Doflamingo has an SPA of 0.7, he is only going to be attacking, and he will only be focused on whichever priority you will set him to. If his 0.7 would not be enough to kill a horde of enemies on his full range, that's going to be really a problem. However, for Ace, guys, if you will put him in the beginning of the map, just like this, he will be able to spread his burn damage, leaving almost most of the enemies burning, and of course, that would be a lot of additional DPS for your team. Alright, so I just do not really understand why a lot of players are saying that Doflamingo is a lot better than Ace. Well, in fact, maybe Doflamingo is only good if the map is shorter. So let's say, for example, on the infinite mode, there's gonna be like the One Piece map. I think Dofi would actually do better there because, you know, he's gonna be a burst damage, but I still would not really rely on his ability to, you know, like hit only one target. Anyway, guys, let's try to buff them with a maxed out Irwin. So let's say, for example, we would have like 3 Irwins so that we can reach the cap of 200%. All right, so buff, buff, and buff. Well, our Irwin is max 240, you guys can see it, but the cap is only 200%, keep in mind. All right, so if you have an Irwin in your team, and let's say you reach the limit, like 200% buff, your Ace will be damaging 714.4, and his SPA is already good enough to literally burn everything here. Of course, except for the decelerates, but you know, like for Dofi, decelerates are also gonna be a problem unless he can just one clap them, just like what you guys saw earlier. But yeah, 714 times 5 or maybe times 4, that's gonna be like a pretty good amount of 3k plus, or maybe 3 to 4k damage. That's a lot of DPS, not gonna lie. All right, so Shinzo Sasageo, Shinzo Sasageo, Shinzo Sasageo. There you go. Alright, 781.75 per 0.7. This is where Doflamingo would actually be not really better than Ace, but in certain situation he can be a little bit better than Ace. Alright, so as I've said earlier, guys, if the map would be long, I would definitely use Ace instead of Dofi. But if the map is short, I would use Dofi instead of Ace. Because if the map is short, well, obviously, maybe Ace would not have enough time. I mean, his burn damage would not have enough time to burn out all of the mobs. But so far, I mean, this is only wave 22. Obviously, everything that touches his flames would just be eradicated, you know, they will be deleted. And both of them, guys, has a common downside. Since both of them can only target one unit, if you are skipping waves, overlapping enemies would be their weakness. Alright, especially for Doflamingo actually, because at least for Ace, he will be able to target like different units and he can just leave the burn and let the HP goes down, right? But for Dofi, I mean, unless that you have like a team of Dofi here, then probably that's gonna be a little bit easier. But you already can see, guys, that Ace can do a lot damage, and not actually mentioning the fact that he is a lot cheaper compared to Dofi. I mean, Doflamingo would cost you like more than 10,000 to maxed out, unless you got Bull Mama on your roster. I think that it's gonna be really hard. For Ace, even if you do not have Bull Mama, you still can easily put like 2 or 3 max aces in the battlefield. But for Dofi, bro, that's gonna be really sad for you, because it'll be really hard. So the question now about who is better, if it's gonna be Doflamingo or Ace, it should not really be that hard to answer anymore, because, you know, like, I already presented you the fact, I've already presented you all the similarities and also differences of the two units. So do not really listen to those people who are saying that Doflamingo is a lot better, regardless if he's another YouTuber. But it should not be even a question, guys. It's not even close. It's only like maybe a couple of situations where Dofi, as I've mentioned earlier, where Dofi will be or can be good, but most of the time Ace is really the go-to unit if you're going to pick a single target heal unit that can also give you pretty decent damage. So there you go, guys. That is our full comparison between some of the top single target unit that we have here on this game. And by the way, guys, by the time that I'm recording this, I got my Mama Nezuko in the banner. Look at that. So maybe if you guys are looking for it, especially for those beginner, if you were of a solid Snow Squad, you should have already known by now that Nezuko is a god. Alright, but anyway, I hope that this video helps you on deciding which is which. But yep, good luck to all of those who will summon. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Stay cold. Peace out.